Picture this. You're deep underground. Torches are burning low. Suddenly, out of the darkness, you hear it. Heavy breathing, footsteps running on dirt, a terrifying screech. We're talking, of course, about the haunting sounds of Minecraft's most mysterious items, music discs 11 and 13. Today, we're diving deep into the dark secrets, the hidden lore, and the crazy mechanics behind these rare artifacts. For years, collecting these things has been the ultimate flex, but it isn't just about throwing on some nice tunes while you build your base. It's a massive, hidden system of mob manipulation, dangerous looting, and secret redstone engineering. So let's jump right in and uncover exactly how this all works. Right now, there are exactly 22 unique music discs hiding out there in the game. 22! If you haven't played in a while, that number might actually blow your mind. Back in the day, there were only a couple of these creepy things to worry about, but the list just kept growing. Each one of these 22 discs holds a specific piece of Minecraft history, a totally unique vibe, and more importantly, a completely different, dangerous challenge to actually get your hands on it. So, be honest with me, how many have you actually managed to collect in a survival world? Catching a common one like 13 or Cat is one thing, but tracking down all 22? No way. That is a monumental task. It's basically a giant, terrifying scavenger hunt that forces you to master every single aspect of the game, from dodging lava deep underground to surviving the scariest dimensions. It really separates the pros from the casuals. But here's the absolute craziest part. These aren't just fancy MP3s. They are mechanical tools, rare treasures that act as literal secret keys. Holding one of these discs means you have the power to interact with the game's redstone systems in ways most players completely overlook. We're going to break down exactly how you can use that hidden power a little later on, but just remember, these things are way more than just background noise. Before we get into the crazy redstone stuff, we got to talk about the brilliant minds who created this audio nightmare. You've got the absolute legend C418, who basically invented Minecraft's creepy, nostalgic vibe with classics like 13, Cat, and that deeply cursed disc 11. As the game evolved, so did the music. Lena Raines stepped in and dropped absolute bangers like Pigstep and Otherside. Then you've got Samuel Alberg delivering the pure terror of Disc 5, plus awesome new additions from Aaron Sheroff, Amos Roddy, and Hyper Potions. It's an incredibly diverse lineup.
Section 1. The mechanics of the hunt. Let's look at securing these discs in combat, because you can't just craft most of these. You literally have to fight for them.
For the classic discs, you essentially have to pull off a dangerous heist. First, you need to find a skeleton and a creeper. Then, you carefully line yourself up so the skeleton accidentally shoots the creeper instead of you. You're using an undead archer as a hitman. When that creeper goes down from the arrow, boom, it drops a rare music disc. It is such a brilliant mechanic that turns a deadly situation into a strategic puzzle. Okay, so that skeleton trick is the standard method, right? But the newer discs demand some seriously crazy combat skills. Want the haunting disc tears? You gotta go to the Nether, find a massive ghast, and perfectly smack its fireball right back into its face to secure the kill. Or what about Lava Chicken? You have to track down an ultra-rare chicken jockey and specifically take out the rider without hurting the chicken. They're really dialing up the difficulty for completionists. But what if dodging arrows and fireballs isn't your vibe? That brings us to part 2, scavenging and crafting. Let's talk about hunting for generated loot. If you want the full set, you are going to be exploring some dark, dangerous places. You'll be looting classic monster rooms, raiding massive woodland mansions, and braving the fiery bastion remnants for Pigstep. But it gets way more specific. You actually have to use your archaeology brush on suspicious gravel in trail ruins just to dig up relic. You have to unlock vaults in the brand new trial chambers for Precipice and Creator, and even dig into mineshaft sulfur caves for Bounce. It's literally a guided tour of every terrifying structure in the game. And then there's Disc 5. This one is an absolute nightmare. It's the only disc in the entire game that you cannot find in one piece. Instead, you have to scavenge for 9 individual broken fragments. And where are they? Only inside ancient cities. Just think about the sheer terror of sneaking around in the pitch black, praying you don't wake the warden, opening chests with a roughly 30% chance to find just one piece. You have to survive that horror movie over and over until you can finally stitch the cursed track together. All right, moving on to part 3, jukeboxes and redstone power. This is where the hidden utility really shines. The logic here is actually brilliant. If you place a Redstone comparator right next to a jukebox, it reads whatever disk is inside and outputs a specific power signal. It doesn't just say, hey, there's a disk here. It knows exactly which disk you're playing, and it changes the Redstone power level based on that exact song. You are basically using music as hard-coded passwords for your machines. Check this out. Different songs literally equal different power levels. Play the creepy Disc 13, and you get a super weak signal of just level 1. Pop in Bounce, and you jump up to a mid-range level 8. But if you play that terrifying Disc 5, that gives you the absolute maximum Redstone signal of 15. You could build an intricate, hidden vault door that only unlocks when you play the most cursed song in the game. How cool is that? Let's wrap things up with part 4, a history of melodies. How exactly did these discs evolve over time? The history here is wild. We start way back in 2010 during the alpha days, where just 13 and Cat existed. Fast forward to 2013, and the devs shifted things under the hood so discs could actually be easily modded with resource packs. 2020 was a huge milestone because Lena Raine dropped Pigstep, proving that the game's lore and music were expanding to new creators. And now, as of 2024, the whole system is completely open. You can actually create your own custom discs natively using standard data packs. So, after diving into all these wild combat mechanics, the intense scavenging, and those hidden Redstone secrets, I've got one final question for you. Which disc are you hunting down first next time you play? And for the lore hunters watching, what are your darkest theories about what is actually happening in the deeply unsettling audio of discs 11 and 13? Let us know in the comments below. The mysteries are out there waiting. Get back into the caves, stay safe, and happy hunting.